welcome to Eye on Ocean County. I'm Christina Seco. When it comes time to trim your tree this holiday season, why not make something that's homemade and undeniably delicious? Joining me this half hour to show us how to decorate sugar cookie ornaments right in your own kitchen is Nicole Barata, owner of Jersey Cookie Girl. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Christina. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm so excited about this idea because I've tasted these cookies in the past. They're so good and these are so cute. So let's talk about these ornament cookies and what we need to get started.
Well, you'll need an ornament cookie cutter, and then prior to baking, you'd want to put a hole at the top so that you can later on embellish it with a ribbon.
And what are you using to make a hole? It looks like a straw, like the width of a straw. Would you use
exactly?
So you just use a straw, poke it in,
and then put it in the oven and bake it like you would your regular cookies.
Excellent. Such a cute idea. I really can't wait to start decorating. So let's get started. So we have some that are already pre-made that you made for us, and we have ribbon, of course, to make it an ornament. But let's try to do some of the decorating now. So you have, we have a red and green, perfect for the holiday season. How do we get started?
Okay, you're just going to want to take your cookie and then do an outline.
Okay, so I'm going to outline it first. Now this is more of a thick icing, I should point out. What do we need to make this icing if I want to make it at home? Because this is not something that you can buy in the stores.
No, what you'll need is you'll need 4 cups of powdered sugar. You'll need 1/3 cup of corn syrup, and then up to 1/2 cup of icing. And that, again, depends on the thickness or the looseness that you'd like it to be.
Okay.
You don't want it too loose because it will fall off the cookie, and that's why you'll find that this is a little thicker than normal, but
yeah,
you can
this is
pull
definitely
it.
thick, and I have to put some muscle into it. Put some elbow grease.
But you can pull it a little bit too with the end of your tip so that
To
you can fill it in.
To fill it in. So this is something, and then so that's a simple, easy recipe you had mentioned. So to put the the corn syrup, the powdered sugar, and then I guess is it simple food coloring?
Yes, any food coloring, and of course you add the food coloring for the richness of the color you'd like to achieve.
So a simple red can make pink, or it could make red, really.
Or anything in between, right?
Anything in between. Roy G. Biv, we use the colors of the rainbow. So this is definitely thicker. So if even now that I'm like pulling it through, will it dry nicer?
It will dry. It will settle. That's what's so nice. It is quite forgiving, and it will settle on its own. But it will take a good 6 to 8 hours for it to settle. That's why I did the white prior to, because we're going to take that, decorate that to another level as well.
So this is not something that you want to make right before you go to your holiday party. You've got to put some pre-planning involved.
That you do.
To get it planned out.
And you're doing a great job.
Yeah,
absolutely
mine don't look like yours.
Absolutely. And you know what's really nice too is you can always come back and you can always trim it up to make it that much better. So it's very forgiving.
Right. I don't know how forgiving mine is, but.
And then with the decoration on here, which you can use on yours as well, if you take the white icing, and you can just make a quick line right above the white, like so.
So is this called what kind of technique is this that we're doing?
We're doing a wet on wet icing.
Okay, so we're gonna kind of hide the fact that my lines were not even.
Which is perfect. And then you're gonna soften it up. You can use a toothpick or a knife, is perfectly fine as well. And you're just gonna take your knife and you're going to just pull the white right through the green like so. And then what you can do is you can wipe it through each time so that you don't pull the green through your next pull of the white.
Oh,
so I'm just going to use.
So this can really, the possibilities are endless with this type of design. You can make as many or as little lines as you want. And as you can see in your demonstration here, yours is a lot prettier than mine, but this makes for a really pretty ornament there.
And your children can do it as well, which is always quite fun. It'll take up
Get the
a
whole
nice
family
afternoon,
involved.
Right, if it's raining, or hopefully it will be snowing. But the next thing that you can do with your ornament, or a place card at your tablescape, or...
That's a really good idea. So you can turn this into almost a place card holder so everyone knows where to sit, and then they can take it home as a favor. If it lasts that long, right? They might eat this before dessert is allowed.
Right, and you can put your name on it, or your guest's name, so we'll put your name on it.
Ah, so that's an edible marker. We can point out that this is something that people can eat. It's not a regular marker.
It's not a Sharpie, by no means. So you have an ornament that's your
really
place card,
pretty.
And you can also tie on your parting gifts, or when your grandchildren come, or your children's special gift, that you can add this to their gift bag, so it denotes whose gift it is.
I love that idea. And where can we get those edible markers? Because I definitely don't own one of those.
You can get these at any craft store. They are available. Also, any department store that sells baking ware, things like that, that they're available at all those, Walmart, Target.
So any color ribbon at home, you can just grab some ribbon. I guess you would just fish this through as well.
Yes.
So you want a thin ribbon if your hole is a little bit thinner to tie on. But I like that you put two ribbons in. It adds a little bit more character to your ornament. Now, how long, if I decided to put these on the Christmas tree, how long will they last? Because they're not wrapped. They would be, you know, acting as an ornament, hanging it right on those branches. So,
well, I think you should leave them out with the cookies for Santa, and then he can put them on the tree so that the children will be able to eat them the next day.
Oh, so it's not something you want to do before. It can be a new Christmas tradition. I kind of like that.
It could be.
So leave them out for Santa. This is an alternative to Santa's, like cookies and milk. They can have ornaments and milk. Why not? This is really a really cool idea. Now is this something that you created on your own? Like, where did you get the idea for this?
The ornaments I did create on my own, but I'm sure I'm not the only person that has that idea, so.
But I think it's great. Now let's create a different type of ornament. This is just a regular ball, a bulb, a Christmas bulb, but we have lots of colors here, and we can pretty much do any design that we want. You don't have to fill the whole thing in. What if I'm going to try my stab at creativity here. So you can just do lines. Like, what other things can you do on your ornament?
You could put the polka dots at each intersection now if you want, so you can go something like that.
So we can do
keep it in mind that is the thickness of the ornament, so you can just, mess it up like I just did.
No, but that's great. So you can do all different types of ornaments. It doesn't have to be the classic Christmas bulb, but it can be as whimsical or as elegant as you want to make it. I like that idea, and polka dots are my favorite, so you can even just do a regular polka dot.
And you can always add polka dots to the ones you've already done. There's no limit to how much icing.
How much icing you put on?
Right, it will run off if you put too much on, of course, but like you said, you're not limited to
what. But these are really pretty, and it's a different idea, and I'm sure they look great on the Christmas tree, in addition to the gorgeous ornaments that everybody usually has at home. So you can make this, you can even put the names on the ornaments on the tree.
Yes.
So that's a really cute idea. I love that. So you made a Christina one, I'll make a Nicole one, so we can share. And how long? You said it takes about 6 to 8 hours to dry. So it's something that you want to make ahead of time before you leave them out for Santa Claus.
Right.
Of course.
But see, even you can tell, even mine, it'll still run. So you just come in and you just clean up your edge, and it looks just as pretty as when you first did it.
So it's forgiving. I like that. And we have another ornament here.
You can do whatever you'd like.
Can we make this into a Santa's hat?
Sure.
I say, sure, you're like, you create it. So I guess we can, and you can actually probably make a face with this too if we want to make this, because this could be the fur.
It's a blank canvas that you can create anything you'd like. That's what's so nice.
That's really cute though. I love this idea of making the ornaments for the Christmas tree. I think it's fun. I can see, kids loving to do this. And I think it would be really cool to wake up Christmas morning and see your name on a tree, and you almost can have that dessert before breakfast, maybe a Christmas treat.
That would be very...
Because I know my daughter likes to eat cookies in the morning, and I never let her, so this could be a really cool idea. It'll have her name on it, so there's no denying that it's for her.
And for your older, and also when you make a mistake, you can always just take a knife and take it off and start over.
And it's still going to look beautiful when it dries?
Yep, because it won't take on that color.
And how much time do we have to really work with the icing? Because it takes a long time to dry, so you can kind of have mistakes and
I give yourself at least, by the time you do 3 cookies, if you go back to the first one, like if we were going back into that one, it'll leave a scar and it won't self-heal. So
right, and then I would use the wet on wet technique to kind of hide the fact that mine's not as perfect as yours. Does this sort of look like Santa's hat?
Yeah.
Kind of.
But he's happy, so that's good.
But he has a green face, so I'm glad that I am not in the cookie business, because nobody would buy my Santa hat. But it's very cute. And how long do these last generally if people want to place an order for the holidays?
They last at least 2 weeks if they are individually bagged. So they will stay moist. But the other thing too is for your older children, for that special iPhone, iPad, or what have you, it's a nice way to say that that they should open that one last, or they'll you could say, oh, the one with your name on it, we should save that one for the end. So it's a good way to denote the gifts.
So they know which one is the special gift, the one that they've been acting very good for all year long. Exactly. Very cool. I love this ornament idea, but we have to take a quick break, Nicole. Right. But when we come back, we're going to show you how to make adorable snowman cookies for the holiday season. Don't go away.
In a military warehouse south of Washington, D.C., things have quieted down for the evening. Earlier today, volunteers stuffed over 10,000 USO care packages and sent them to our troops around the world, full of little things that carry an enormous message. Little things like thank you, like we'll never forget you. Little things. We're all about the little things. We're the USO. So are you. Find out how you can get involved at USO.org.
Brick by brick, stone by stone, we built a place to call our own. Gonna fill it up with laughter, write my happy ever after. 'Cause for the first time in my life, I'm holding the key to a brand new life waiting on me. That's what makes a house a home. Across the country and around the world, thousands of Habitat homeowners and millions of volunteers know the joy and pride of seeing a house become a home. A brighter future, one family at a time. Support Habitat's work in your community. Volunteer, get involved, and help build it. Visit Habitat.org. That's what makes a house a home.
Half of young Americans can't locate economic powers like Japan and India. 20% can't even find the Pacific Ocean. Without geography, our children aren't ready for the world. Understanding connections between people and places is critical. So we created MyWonderfulWorld.org. Go there now for your free action kit. Help kids understand their world today so they can succeed in it tomorrow.
Hello and welcome back to Eye on Ocean County. I'm Christina Seco. You don't have to wait for the snow to fall to create everyone's favorite snowman. Nicole Barata, owner of Jersey Cookie Girl, is here to show us how to decorate Frosty himself right in your warm kitchen. Thanks again for sticking with us.
Oh, thank you so much.
Childhood memories, love watching Frosty the Snowman, but going outside and making Frosty hasn't been so easy with the past winters that have been out there, but now we can create Frosty right in the kitchen. These are so cute, and I can't wait to make one, so let's get started.
Okay, well, in the essence of time, I've already flooded for the white and left the room for the scarf so that you can take it to the next step. Typically, this would take at least 8 to 10 hours and it's completely dry so that your colors won't run.
So this is, of course, it's a simple snowman cookie cutter.
Yes.
That you can get anywhere,
yes.
And bake them
the regular time, like any sugar cookie dough that you have, even the roll type that you already have pre-made.
Or the slice and bake that I buy.
Yes, you'll just want to make them a little thicker.
A little bit thicker, yes. So they're not burnt. So you've already left some space. How did you know to leave that much space?
I just followed the edge of the cookie cutter and took it down.
Because they look that perfect that it almost looks like you can use the end of a knife if you want to. If you want to kind of have a guide, a little bit of a stencil. So this is great. So you left some space to make our scarves and matching hats. So which one do you want to do? Want to do an orange one?
Sure. Go ahead.
Oh, all right. She's trusting me.
I'll do the blue one.
Same thing. You go make an outline. And you want to go to the edge. Oh, this is easier to fill in because the space isn't so big. This is my kind of cookie. So squeeze out the amounts for the scarf, and then same thing for the hat, which you're doing it much faster than I am. So this is a great holiday cookie. Are you finding a lot of people like to do the snowman or order the snowman?
I do, and I think it's fun. They can do these again with their children. It's just a nice winter holiday. You can do it even during the winter break after your holidays have already passed.
And it's a great snow day thing.
Right.
Well, if they're not wanting to go outside and play in the snow, they can do something right in the kitchen. Mine doesn't look as neat, so I was going to give a little bit of a white border.
You can do that.
Okay.
That's
and
fine. And again, you can use that same technique we did before if you want to fluff up the ruffle of your hat.
So that's what
the knife would be. You can just pull it straight up. Perfect.
So it's a little fuzzy hat. I like that.
And then in your scarf, if you'd like to make little hearts like we have on the examples, you can definitely do that as well.
And how do we make a heart?
You just want to put actually a polka dot. So you'll put 3 polka dots down the side of it.
A polka dot for hearts.
Yep.
And then again, this is the wet on wet technique where the colors won't bleed.
Right, and then you'll take a toothpick or a knife. A toothpick might be a little bit easier due to the fact that it's such a small area, but you're just going to start in the color and you're going to pull it straight through. So it'll kind of look like a heart.
That's really cute. Well, we're using a knife here, but if you do have a toothpick at home, because these are perfect hearts, you can really see the detail. You can see how loving they look with their little heart scarves here. And then we have to make their face as well as the buttons. Everyone knows Frosty needs his buttons and his top hat.
Absolutely. And you can use black icing, which is a little bit thicker than what we've used here, or you can use your edible marker, once again, to draw the eyes and the buttons down the front. And of course your orange icing is already ready for you to make his carrot nose.
His carrot nose, I love it. Now where do you get the tips for this? And
again, any craft store, any place that sells baking supplies. These are the same tips that you'll use on icing bags that they use. It's just on a bottle.
See, I like the pen because it's easier, but I think yours looks way better with the actual icing. So I think that's really cute. And I clearly put too much on because mine is falling off my cookie. And again, this takes about 8 to 10 hours to dry. But what else? Can you make these into an ornament as well? Because I know last segment we made ornaments for the tree, leaving Santa some ornaments. But can we do the same thing with the snowman?
Absolutely. You can do any of your winter shapes into an ornament. Again, just using a straw tube, create a hole within the cookie prior to baking.
And these can also be used, again, for, like, as we mentioned, the place cards. But what other options do people have with these cute little cookies?
Well, what's quite nice is you can also put them around a base of a layered cake. So you can actually line them up hand to hand, and they can be the actual vertical face of your cake, and then you can decorate accordingly above.
So you can actually stick these right onto the cake like you had mentioned.
The icing.
So even more icing. So the cake, regular icing, put them on the bottom. That's a really cute idea. And you know what I've seen too with the cupcakes? You know how they have cupcake holders?
Oh, right.
Could this be used as like maybe a front of a cup, on top of the wrapper maybe? Or
it could, but you could actually probably want to make them a little smaller because this might be a little too heavy. Although you can put the cupcake behind it.
Oh, that's a cute idea too. Mini cupcakes with a big, huge snowman cookie. That's my kind of dessert. I love it. This is so cute. This is such a cute idea. What other? Let's make some creative scarves. Something a little bit. What other things you got? What's up your sleeve, Nicole?
All right. Well, you probably want to put. You can do different colors, of course, and then with the hat, you can do half one color and then half another, and then again, you can do swirls. You can. You don't necessarily always have to pull it through, but what you can do.
So that's half one color, half
and
of
then
another.
half of another. See, the blue is just, he's a little stubborn today.
That's okay, but you can always make different type of buttons because you can make green buttons or the possibilities are endless, which is what I like. There's no model to choose from.
That's right. And
kind of
Frosty's never perfect, so I think anything's
Tell that
good.
to my daughter. So this is great. I think these are so cute, and I like the versatility that you can do so many different things with them. I'm going to try this tip now because I'm getting spoiled with the edible marker. But see, this is just as easy, and I think that looks way cuter.
That's beautiful. I think the dimension is what's really nice.
Yeah, and it's
you can keep layering them and.
See, now I'm having fun. And you can even make the scarf a little bit different if you want to.
Yep.
Maybe I ruined it this time. But
no.
It's really an easy project, and it's something that, anybody can do at home. And I like the fact that it's getting your children involved and letting them design it any way that they want. Maybe.
And they're creating edible art, so you can't go wrong with that.
It's beautiful and delicious, so that's very good. Now, what other things are you doing for the holidays? Can people order these in platters if they wanted individual ones for favors? But how do you go about doing that?
You can definitely order a snowman platter. You can have other cookie shapes added into it. It's really as customized as you'd like it to be. You can order them for favors for your child's classroom, for the holiday parties during the winter. Or again, like you had mentioned, ornaments. They're very versatile, so whatever that suits your party needs.
And these are so cute. But Nicole, we have to take a quick commercial break. But when we come back, we're going to show you how to make a gorgeous holiday centerpiece right at home. Don't go away.
Energy prices are just too high. That's what drove us to attempt the first static electricity-powered home. Success has been elusive. Besides making the house itself more energy efficient, the smartest thing we did was adding Energy Star products. Static electricity may not be viable, but at least we've taken a step for our future. Anybody can make their home more energy efficient.
Good night, sweetie. Good night, Mommy.
Our eyes met from across the room, and he was irresistible. Hi, I'm Rochelle Lefebvre, and this is Johnny. We're working with Best Friends Animal Society to create a day when there are no more homeless pets. Each year, millions of dogs suffer horrendous conditions in puppy mills, whose sole purpose is to make money for the people who supply puppies to pet stores across the country. Meanwhile, about 4,000 dogs are killed every day in American shelters. You can help stop this. Together, we can ensure that all of America's dogs have families of their own. When searching for your next best friend, go to your local shelter and rescue a great dog like Johnny. Do what I did. Adopt. Don't shop. Let a shelter dog like Johnny steal your heart.
Explore her grandeur. Appreciate her beauty. Protect her for tomorrow. Recycle your old rechargeable batteries. Call 877-2-RECYCLE or visit us online at calltorecycle.org.
Thanks so much for staying with us here on Eye in Ocean County. I'm Christina Seco. Creating a festive holiday tablescape can get pretty costly, especially if you're buying several types of fresh flowers or even a pre-made display. And in this segment, Nicole Barata, owner of Jersey Cookie Girl, is going to show us how to make an elegant and edible alternative to those pricey poinsettias. And this one is a centerpiece that could have your guests fighting over who takes it home. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
And this is so gorgeous. I want to show people what we're actually going to make. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous poinsettia centerpiece, and it's just beautiful. You can prop it up on a pedestal to really add some height, because I love centerpieces that have some height in there. Not too tall so you can't see your guests, but something that has height and color. It's just beautiful. And this is something that you can do ahead of time and even bring as a hostess gift.
Yes, definitely.
So let's get started.
Okay.
Now these are several different, this is a star cookie cutter?
Yes, it is.
So just several different size star cookie cutters that you of course bake ahead of time. And I guess the bottom we start is supposed to look like the leaves.
Right. And it's really not important to ice the center due to the fact that you're just going to stack on top of that. So that's, you know, just to kind of save time, or when your hands get tired.
Yeah, because
or your children have had enough.
Not as easy as they look. But so are we going to do this the same way that we've done the other ones, kind of
Yes.
outline?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. See, now you're making me look good because this is easier to use. I think the lime green is definitely thinner.
It's more forgiving.
It's more forgiving, but it's a great color. It's really pretty. And now we're gonna go in. Well, I'll let you go fill it in because you're the pro here. So you can just fill up the rest of the cookie in, and you're just kind of gonna drag it through. Because again, this is the bottom part, so it doesn't have to be fully decorated, or it doesn't have to be perfect. It's on the bottom.
That's right. And you're really only going to see the end, because as you stack your stars, you're going to rotate them, and you're only going to see the tips of these. So that's the only part that you really have to make look nice, but you have a saving grace of coming back with a darker color to always fix that edge.
See, these are so pretty that I almost would be upset that someone's wrecking my centerpiece because it's such a pretty centerpiece. So now, are you going to go around the whole edge, or you just want to do a little bit to kind of, we can go around just the tips of the stars, or we can even just do one. But this is really a great idea. How'd you come up with doing centerpieces? Just looking for something different for the holidays?
I really like this cookie cutter. It makes very nice lines, and I thought, well, I've seen the versatility. You can also do a Christmas tree, so I've seen that, but I thought, well, you do something a little smaller.
Yeah, why not? It's such a great idea.
So I'll move this.
So that would be so we would actually have to do the decorations on the edge. So that's another wet on wet design too, or is it a better idea to wait for it to dry?
You'd wait for it to dry. So you'd have to wait at least 8 to 10 hours for this to completely dry. Normally I just do it overnight and then come back with a darker color, and then you would just outline it as shown, and then sprinkle it, embellish it with sanding sugar.
Sanding sugar. Okay, so we can put that one aside to dry. Okay. You have the other pieces of our poinsettia pyramid already done, fully dried. How do we get them to be stacked on together?
Okay, well first you'd like to do the edging so you can get the sparkle. So I've changed the tip again. It's just
a thinner tip.
A thinner tip for the larger bottle, and you'll
it almost looks like ketchup.
It does, and there's the mustard, right?
There's the mustard. So again, inexpensive items that you can pick up at your local craft store. So you're just going to outline the edge in the same color and add sugar crystals, which make everything more beautiful. I love making sugar cookies that have a lot of sparkle on them. Just adds a lot of fun. So you're just adding a little bit of a design.
Right, and you can take this you can put the veins in it with the, after you put this on with your sugar. So if you'd like, you can pour the sugar over. I'll hold the cookie over here, and then you can just
dust it?
Yep.
Oh, that looks so pretty. I love this. It's a really pretty idea, and now it just bumps it up a notch. It just takes a plain cookie, and it makes it look that much more special. That looks great. So that would be your next layer.
Right, that would be your next layer. So then what you want to do is you just take white or any other icing that you have a lot of, and you want to just go around the edge where you know the cookie will set. Put a little extra in the center.
So it acts as glue.
Exactly.
And you want to kind of maybe shift them so
right, you want to
add dimension.
Yep, you just want to rotate it a bit. You can just push it down to make sure it sticks. And just the weight of the cookies as you stack them, they do stay on.
That's so pretty. So is this the same size? No, this would be...
It's a little smaller, so you rotate it a little bit more.
It's the same thing, so we're going to do a decoration around the edge. This is so pretty. And how far in advance would you want to make your centerpiece? Because I know you said 8 to 10 hours on drying, but now we have to wait for it to stick. So about how long does it take to do one of these?
I'd say give yourself 2 days. You bake it, and then you do your first color and then let it dry, and then the next day you can do this embellishment, and you can stack it all at the same time. You don't have to wait for this to dry to actually assemble it.
So when this is on your table, about what time do you let them dig into it and wreck it? Because it's so pretty, and like I said, you want this on your table because it is pretty, but of course it is part of your holiday dessert. So when are you finding that maybe your kids kind of dig right in, or do they give it a little bit of time?
They'll wait till the coffee and the grown-ups have their coffee, because then they feel like, well, they're not really paying attention. I can have 2 instead of 1.
I can go right for the top. So again, we're going to stack everything. And now I want to point out, so we would do this the same way for all of the cookies.
Correct.
Kind of shift this on. So I'm going to pretend that these are all finished. How would we put the top one on? We want to do almost like the topper of the poinsettia.
Well, you'd want to do the yellow and then dip it into the sugar.
Right. So, this one's nice and easy. So we have the yellow icing here. Just dump it in, almost like a stamp.
Yep.
Throwing it in there. Oh, that's so pretty. Put it right on top, and there you have it. Your centerpiece looks a lot better than mine. I think this is great. Really inexpensive and easy things to do as hostess gifts, as place cards, as favors, all for the holidays. I love this. Thank you so much for sharing all these tips with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
We love having you on the show, so come back again and visit. And of course, you can find out more information about Jersey Cookie Girl online at jerseycookiegirl.com. Thanks so much for staying with us, and we'll see you next time on Eye on Ocean County.